And a good day, all of you. John Henderson, Pierre, the Beverage Ramble, back again with you. Another Beverage Ramble edition today. Our friend some Stone Hazy IPA, 6.7%. IPA were once considered an extreme style for only hardcore beer nerds, like say yes. Da 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 da. So there's no denying juicy Hazy IPA like this one has further fueled the popularity. Da, 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 da. So, anyway, they say it's not bitter. Um, Not as bitter as their other IPA, their flagship IPA. This has El Dorado, Azacca, and Sabro hops, and fruit notes of tropical citrus and juicy. All right, hazy IPA or more New England style IPA, I guess. Go by that. As I said, 87 score beer advocate on for this beer, 3.7 out of 5 on Untap, so they like it as well. Pour in this little wine glass I have here. So haze. I mean, yes, IPA's been around for a long time, people, but you know, maybe we're getting a bit of an oversaturation of IPAs. And that's just me. That's how I look at it. But anyway, here it is. Not too bad, nice. Smooth. Smells tropical, definitely has that tropical scent right away. Uh, yeah, I think it's oversaturation of IPAs, people. I just think we are. This one hazy is another hazy I've had, another hazy. I tried another hazy this past weekend at they doing some tastings, and this was one from Catawba Brewing Company. They were had one of their reps were in this town, of course, doing samples. They're local reps here. Of course, the White Zombie I've had is pretty good, but also asked them about their creamy ale Mother Trucker. That was pretty good, but they gave me an IPA. I tried. I'm like, okay, I think I've had this before. So I don't know. There's such thing. There's an oversaturation. So, but I review them. So today's kind of a weird day weather-wise, man. It's just been it was so pretty over the weekend, and then all of a sudden it took a significant dip, and now got a freeze warning. I know the west. So I just came back outside, did my little walk. So I have my little sweats on. So yeah, tropical and all that good stuff. So let's have at it. Cheers. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a good hot bath tonight and just cold press and just lay down in this bed and just chill, just rest. So, Azacca hops, excuse me. So, it is not bitter. It does have a little, but not much. So, which is kind of maybe a good or bad thing. You know, most IPAs tend to have a little bitter, a little piney note to it, but I guess this is not a bad. Sometimes it doesn't have to always be that way. I think there's one IPA to. I'm jumping around different things. I know there's one IPA that tend to have tend to just have one hop. I think the one I did from Sweetwater and Mosaic hop. That was just the only hops they have, and there are others that only have two, but three. So other IPAs tend to have multiple hops in this. But it is hazy, it is fruity, which is, again, more so the New England style, which tend to be fruit forward, but also the hops is sort of underlying it, where these West Coast IPAs tend to be very hoppy, but you do get the citrus flavor. So West Coast, more hops, East Coast of New England, hops, but more fruitiness. So there's the balance. And there's your explanation. So it's nice. It's definitely, again, tropical. You know, the passion fruit, the pineapples, the cherries. You know, all those things. Well, some mandarin orange, some tangerine, all the flavors you see on a tropical, sort of a those canned tropical fruit things that you see at the grocery stores. Those canned fruits, the tropical. They have these kind of tropical fruit cocktails, whatever. That's kind of the flavor I'm getting in this IPA. Outside of that, really, it's just I say great, but it's just good. I won't say very good the way Beer Advocate calls it. Um, Stone, which is owned now by the folks that own Asahi. They own the company now, of course, based out in San Diego, California. Recently, I think they may have settled that case. They got into it with Molson Coors because Molson Coors was trying to infringe on their Stone name. Of course, Molson Coors owns Keystone Light, and Keystone Light, the brewers wanted to put the thing called Stones, but Stone Brewing said, we're not having that, and took them to court for it. I think it was dismissed. Or they probably settled. I think they settled it, which you can understand from Stone's perspective because they didn't want to be affiliated with a beer like that. But where Keystone Light wanted to take the key, just put Stone, but that wasn't going to happen. So. But also they returned brought back their Imperial IPA, their Imperial Stout, this year. But they changed it. Instead of saying Stone Russian Imperial, now it's just Stone Imperial Stout. So we kind of get what they were trying to do. So didn't want to fan the political flames, if you will. We don't support Russia, all that nonsense. So, but. Of course, Stone, of course, we all know infamous their IPA. The same brewery also puts out their Arrogant Bastard Ale, which is a strong ale. Both are real good. Both easily Stone Delicious. I've had that IPA for a few times. So Stone and their distribution is pretty good now, with their being under the guides of the people that own Asahi beer. So, I believe Sapporo Breweries. I could be wrong, but I believe that's who owns them. So, but I've had this style before, so I'm not. Like I said, this thing is just an oversaturation of IPAs on the market. But look, I like them. These are not everyday beers I consume, that y'all know. But I just, for review purposes. But if you have one of them, had them all. And so I'm gonna go give a high score for this one. I would say it's fair. I'm gonna go 8.4. Maybe because the main reason is that I've had a lot of hazy IPAs. The style's not new, folks. But I've had a few from Belgium, from Sweetwater, of course. Their hazy IPA. I meant you've had one that had them all. The more the easable ones you can get. I know the blind. What was it? The Blind Pirate. No, the Slap Fight. Or maybe the Dr. Robot Kill IPA from Monday Night Brewing Company is one of them. But I've had the style, so I'm not really too excited. But it's a good brew. But just like I said, just to feel this oversaturation of IPA. So I'm going to go 8.5 for this one. It's not a bad score. So good B all the way for this one. So check it out. Definitely know y'all can get Stone anywhere in the country. Believe me. It's not that hard to find. But check it out. Stone Hazy IPA. I got the sunlight here. I'm trying to find more angles to do my videos. Probably do up against this wall here or somewhere. I've done this. I've done that. Done outside, I've done by the yard, so do something different. But anyway, like I said, B all the way, 8.5 for the Stone Hazy IPA. Check it out. Nice design, pretty, lovely, all that good stuff. Check it out. You like it, you probably will. John Henderson Pierre of the Beverage Ramble team. Keep on watching. As always, cheers, live, laugh, and love. Stone Hazy IPA. Oh yeah.